Hello, my name is Katie Sainor, certified financial planner and licensed tax consultant. In this video, we're going to do a walkthrough on FreeTax USA. Let's get going. Let's get to our Google search and type in FreeTax USA. You will see the website. That's the official website. Click on it and you will have a pretty slick web page. We're going to sign in. Click on it and it will give you an option. Let's click on 24. If you already have an account with FreeTax USA, you can sign in. If you don't have an account, you will need to create one. Scroll to the bottom, click on Create New Account. Now let's work on a new account setup with FreeTax USA. You will need your valid email address. Confirm it on the second line. Once you have both green check marks in those boxes, you can move on to username. Do not use your email address or your personal name as a username. Create a fictitious name that you can easily remember. Next, they will ask you to provide a phone number. It's recommended, but is not required. And last step is to create a password. After you're done with that step, you will land on a page that will ask you to verify your phone number. If you didn't provide a phone number, you can just click Skip. A text message will be sent to you with a verification code. You include that verification code in the box below. You click Save and Continue and move on to the next step. Next screen will say Welcome and will ask if you filed your tax return with another software provider, you filed with FreeTax USA, or other which you use the CPA or the tax practitioner. You will click I used another service and click Continue. Next page, they will ask you if you would like to import your prior year tax in PDF file. You have an option to import your taxes, or you can click Continue on my own and skip PDF import like I did, and it will bring you to the next page. Next, they will ask you about your personal information. Your first name, your last name, middle initial, if you have one, your occupation, social security number, your date of birth, street address, city, state, zip code. If your address changed from previously filed tax return, you're going to have to click the box below the address field and complete additional information. Next, you will be asked for questions. Can a parent or somebody else claim you as dependent on the tax return? Do you want to contribute to a presidential election campaign fund? If this person passed away and you're filing a tax return for them, and if person filing the tax return is legally blind. Click Save and Continue. If you have any questions regarding those additional questions or fields, you can always click a question mark next to the question and a pop-up window will appear with an explanation of those questions and additional information that they're asking for. On the next page, they will ask you to choose your tax filing status. It will be either single, married filing jointly, married filing separately, head of household, qualifying surviving spouse, and if you're not sure, you can always click that question mark to decide which filing status to use. We click Single, Save, and Continue. On the next page, they will ask you if you have any dependents and qualifying children. Click that question mark if you're not sure. We'll say No and Continue. Next, they will ask you to review your personal information summary. If you made a mistake, you can click Edit, make the changes, save, Continue. Next question they will ask you is Identity Protection PIN. If you have one, you should have received a letter from the IRS with protection PIN information. Majority of you will not going to have Identity Protection PIN. In our example, we click No and move forward. Once you click Next, you will land on the page that gives you an option to add a deluxe service. A deluxe service will cost you $7.99. For that additional amount of money, you will have priority support with live chat, audit assistant, unlimited amended returns. It's optional if you would like to upgrade or not, but I think $7.99 is a small price to pay for peace of mind in case you're going to get audited or you will need to make changes to your tax return. Then amendments are free. Next step, you will need to include your income information. That will be your W-2. And you'll have an option to enter your W-2 information manually or upload a PDF. To upload a PDF and have a data transferred from your W-2 into your tax return, I tried it. It works, but you will have to make changes and check everything because it didn't transfer perfectly. If you have only one W-2, I would recommend to enter it manually because you're not going to save any time. It's not worth it, in my opinion. Now let's work on our Form W-2, which is wages. You will see then box A is pre-populated. So we're going to go with box B. That will be our employer EIN number. Please pay attention because the number is long and you have to get it right. Box C will include your employer's name, employer's address, including city, state, and a zip code. If you have a foreign address for your employer, you have to specify it in the system by clicking Yes button. You should receive your W-2 form by January 31st, and it must be issued to anyone paid $600 or more and there were any withholdings. Next, let's work on our wages and tips in box 1. That will be your total gross wages. Box 2, $6,200 federal income tax withheld based on W-4 elections. Box 3, $56,000, and box 5, same amount, $56,000. In your example, friend, could be all 3 months could be different or the same. Box 4, Social Security tax withheld at 6.2%. Box 6 will be Medicare tax withheld at 1.45%. We don't have anything in boxes 7, 8, 10, or 11. Let's work on box 12. That's what we have information in. Box 12 will have a couple or maybe multiple amounts. We're just using frequent codes as 401k contributions and employee health coverage. You can always add another item. We also have a retirement plan. And for box 14, you might have union dues, educational assistance. We have California disability at $560. You don't have any specific codes for box 14. Boxes 15 through 17 will be your state name, ID, state earnings, and amounts withheld. Your state wages could be the same as box 1 or could be different. Boxes 18 through 20 will have any local and city taxes and other information. They will ask you if it's standard W-2 or non-standard, and if it's corrected W-2 from your employer. Next, we click Save and Continue. The system will ask you to double check your info. Check that EIN, please. They will ask you for any additional information specifically for those items in boxes 14 and 19, like state disability insurance, any voluntary plan disability insurance packages. You will have to include that information in there. Click Save and Continue. On the next page, you will have an option to add another W-2 if you have one. Click Continue. You will see your wages summary on the next page. You will be able to jump from there and edit any information that you will need. Also, they will ask you hints about any other sources of income that you might have? We'll look at that. Click Continue and arrive at our income summary. You will see your wages and salaries. You can always click Edit if you need to make changes. You will see additional types of income. Scroll down and they also display business and rental income, like 1099 miscellaneous. You can jump from this page and start completing that information. Uncommon income, like gambling income or sale of main house. It's a great checklist. We have interest income, click Start, add interest income. We include our payer's name, which is the best bank in our example. You don't have to include the address, just the name of the payer. Interest income is included in box 1. It's $352 in our example. We don't have any other boxes complete. We'll see we're getting federal refund. You can always bookmark this page and come back to that later. At the bottom, you'll have additional 2 questions regarding FATCA requirement and state tax. We don't have any state tax. Continue. And you can always click Add Interest Income if you have more interest income. Back to your income summary. You can always bookmark it, walk through your history. Click Next. You will see the cryptocurrency question. You will need to answer yes or no in this question. We answered no. Click Continue. Question regarding a foreign account. We don't have any. Save and continue. You will see your 22 income summary with our wages and interest income populated. For example, you can jump and include your unemployment income if you have some. It's Form 1099-G. Click Next. The system will ask you if you would like to have a professional support for $39.99. You'll have access to a CPA or AA, everything in Deluxe, phone support, professional tax advice. We'll click Continue without adding the service.
Tax is stressing you out? Don't worry, 1-800-ACCOUNTANT is here. Expert help, affordable rates. Call 1-800-ACCOUNTANT today and leave the headaches to the tax pros. Click the link below.
So let's maximize our tax refund. The system is using the standard deduction in our case, but they would like to know in case if we have any itemized deductions. We'll go through a list of medical expenses, taxes paid, mortgage interest, any donations, investment interest, other itemized deductions. We don't have any of those. We click Continue, and we'll see our deduction summary. And we'll see that standard deduction is higher than our itemized deductions. It means that the system will use our standard deduction in our tax return. Next question, marketplace health insurance. We don't have any. Do you contribute to an IRA? We didn't contribute anything. Save and continue. Also, they will ask you about attending college. No in our case. We also don't have any student loans, and we don't have any teacher's expenses. Earned income credit summary. Click Continue. We don't have any. And home energy improvements. Nothing for childcare. Common deductions and credits. You will see the total list that we just went through, like IRA contribution, college tuition expenses, student loan deductions. You can jump and edit that information from this summary list in case if you miss something. Other deductions and credits list. Continue. Miscellaneous forms and topics. payments. That will be your extension payments or maybe estimated tax payments. Also, if you have identity protection PIN, you can jump from here and include it with your tax return. Click Continue. Refund Maximizer walks you through the additional questions to see if you will qualify for extra refund. Checking on any documents that you might missed, like refunds and HSA accounts. Tell us about last year return. So they want to know if on your federal tax return you use standard or itemized deductions. We click Standard, and it means if we receive any refund, it's not going to be taxable. You'll arrive at your federal tax summary. You will see your gross income, your taxable income, total tax, any deductions. The next stage, you will be working on your state. If you live in one of the following states that do not require to file your personal income tax return, your federal tax return is free. For those people required to file your state tax return, it will cost you $14.99 as an add-on. And as a result, you will be able to file your tax return, and it will look something similar to this. Thank you for watching. I hope it was helpful. Bye.